Hello. Today we are going to discuss about the voting procedure for Franklin debt funds coming up next week, and some updates on their portfolio, and also some recent news that is doing the rounds that you're getting your money back. So let's also take a look at that. First, into the procedure, I'm basically going to give a gist of what's going to happen. So unit holders will have a 3-day window between June 9th and 11th. You would be receiving all details about this in your email on what is the procedure, where you need to go and vote, and so on. In case you don't receive this mail, please go to Franklin's website and right in the home page below you will have updates. For each of the scheme, there'll be details, there'll be an FAQ. So you can go register your email if you haven't done that, and you can read up on the procedure. So essentially, if you miss these 9 to 11 dates, there's also a video conferencing happening on 12th in which you can participate and still vote. So you get two chances. And so that's when it's good. So it's like a reopening of the window on that date. Now, what is more important is what this e-voting portal will have. What are the options that it will have for you? It essentially has an yes and a no for you. So what does the S mean? S means you are essentially authorizing the AMC to liquidate the assets and give you back the money. Again, if you select S, you're going to have two options. One is that you will authorize the trustees along with Kotak Mahindra Bank to act as an advisor to help with the liquidation of the assets. Now that's option one. So essentially, you're going to trust the trustees. The second option is when you think you're not going to trust the trustees, you're going to go with another external party, Deloitte. So this firm has been, given the mandate, and you can choose them. And in this case, the trustee and Kotak, will essentially support Deloitte. One important thing you need to keep in mind is the trustee will not be involved in the actual, liquidation of the assets. Deloitte will basically take a call on that, and they will only support and help distribute our money back. So option A, you have the trustees doing the job for you. Option B, you have Deloitte doing the job for you. And in both of these, Kotak will support. And in option 2, the trustee will also support Deloitte. So that's the broad option. Now, many of you have asked what's the difference, should I go for one or the other and so on. Essentially, I think, it's just a matter of confidence that you have in the firm. Now that it may have been shaken, I think the AMC has given you the comfort by choosing an external party so that you can trust somebody external to do this job for you. I wouldn't personally worry one way or other, simply because Franklin has too much at stake at this point in time with its own reputation to do anything against the interest of the investors or just for its own interest. So it's just about your comfort. If you are really uncomfortable with all that's happened and think you need an external party, Deloitte is your option. I wouldn't say that taking trustee as an option is bad either. Remember, all of these expenses are going to be borne by the AMC, not on the scheme, but on the AMC. It's not going to impact your scheme per se. So you need not worry about who's going to pay Deloitte, etc., not from your pocket. So that's essentially what you need to know. The other important thing is saying no. So if you say no, what happens? Essentially, this process of selling assets and giving you back money will not start. They have to go back to the drawing board, come up with another proposal for you, and see if you will take it up. So it will not change the winding up status. The schemes will still be under winding up, just that assets won't be sold, and they will again wait for you to give a nod on another proposal. So please keep that in mind when you say no, that the proceeds might get delayed. So that's about the voting. Please go to Franklin's website if you have not received any mail, and check that out. On the other side, the updates on the cash inflows from the schemes is as follows. You basically have ultra short, which has again received more inflows, which is a very good thing, and low duration. The other schemes where they have received less than 0.5% inflows have not have been shown as 0% here. You will see steadily that Franklin Income Opportunities has not been receiving. It's possible that the amount is not due yet, but we are going to check the portfolio a little in detail, and next time around we'll get back to you on details. The other funds, I think the inflows are so healthy, and in fact what has happened is that the borrowings of ultra short bond and dynamic accrual, the last time we spoke it had already closed its borrowings. Ultra short bond, which many of you may hold, has actually closed its borrowings now. So that essentially means all the money that comes henceforth will be due to you. That's a very good thing. And in the other cases, the debt is reducing. The debt is still high in short term, Franklin India short term income plan and income opportunities, but you should remember these have slightly longer duration than ultra short. So that essentially means the inflows will come slowly and it might take longer time. With the other schemes, it looks positive as of now. So that's the side, that's the update from the portfolios. The other update is that just yesterday we have had a lot of news that, you're going to get your money back. Anywhere between 7 to 9% is going to come out in the month of July and so on. Now, where did media get this amount? Essentially, the media has just looked at two of this data. One, there's been cash inflows, healthy cash inflows in ultra short and dynamic accrual, and both of these schemes have made their borrowing zero. So from that is just a conjecture that you will be getting back your money. But what I want to clarify here is you are not going to get it back until all of these voting procedure is over and the process for monetization of assets kickstart. So please keep that in mind. You might already, reading the story, call Franklin or call your advisor and ask why you have not got back any money. No, it's not about that. This is just a story based on the data. It's not a fully factual story, as in there is no announcement from the AMC that they're going to give the money, and nothing's going to happen until the voting is over. So keep that in mind. The immediate, point of concern is you taking up the voting and making sure that your money comes back to you. So go ahead and do that, and we'll again see you. Thank you.